with an update on a retirement match and more. My name is John, and you're watching The Wrestling Report. During a recent WWE live event, Roman Reigns took to the microphone as these were his first comments since the Usos betrayed him on SmackDown. Here's the clip. During an interview with the Full Send podcast, Hulk Hogan explained why he saw pro wrestling as a shoot, saying, "Everybody says, oh, this business is a work. Okay, well, if I'm making twice as much money as you and you're wrestling me, is that a work? That's a shoot, brother." And that's how I looked at it. This business was a shoot. It was the man that made the most money. When I worked for Vince McMahon and Bob Backlund was the champion, I wrestled Backlund, and Backlund always got paid more than me. I was like, oh, really? So this isn't a work. So it does matter if you win or lose. It does matter if you're the champion or not. Everybody goes, it's a work. Well, it's really not a work. It's about the money and the mileage. And for me, if you're a good guy, usually until the NWO came along, back in the day, if you're a good guy, your merchandise was 2-1 over the bad guy stuff. That's not a work to me. That's a shoot, brother. If I'm making more money than you and I'm wrestling you, my t-shirts are selling twice as much as yours, maybe it's a work to you, but not to me if my check is double yours. So I always looked at it that way. Mentioning how AJ Styles could have made an appearance for New Japan last year, Carl Anderson said on the Talk and Shop podcast, "This will be good clickbait as well. We were doing a FaceTime with, it was our boss at the time, Triple H, Gallows, Anderson, AJ Styles, and we were figuring out what we were going to do. This would have probably been in September and maybe August, I don't know, but end of August, whatever it was. But we'd almost basically decided on AJ Styles coming over and helping me win that match versus Tanahashi at NJPW Burning Spirit, and then the very next night would have been Monday Raw." At a recent WWE live event, Bobby Lashley made his return to the ring as he had been absent from programming since May 12th on SmackDown. With producer for AEW Ace Steel originally fired from the company due to his involvement in the brawl with the Elite from All Out last year, it looks like he was there last night for the debut of Collision. As PW Insider said, Ace Steel was in attendance at the taping, watching the show from the Chicago Blackhawks family box. He was not backstage before the show that I was aware of. He is remotely producing and assisting on the creative side, but still traveled to the show this week on his own accord. Speaking of producers in AEW, this was said about Chris Hero being in the back during the Collision debut, as PW Insider noted that Chris Hero was backstage producing matches for Ring of Honor and was on headset for several matches, including the Chicago street fight that closed the taping. He will be in for a few weeks after being suggested as a potential addition to the team by some of the other producers, but is not in officially yet. When it comes to the reaction to Collision's debut, it was said that backstage after the show, we were told it was pretty much positive across the board to the first episode, and that the feeling was that it hit the mark and trying to feel different from Dynamite. I actually thought it was one of the best AEW TV presentations in a long time from a live perspective. The main event 6-man tag was noteworthy in that it was the first time Samoa Joe and CM Punk wrestled since 2005, and it had a close to a 2023 feel for an All Japan or Noah style 6-man tag as I can recall in recent memory. It really was something special live. While Kevin Kelly served as the play-by-play commentator for AEW Collision, it appears he has some scheduling conflicts with New Japan Pro Wrestling. As was said on Wrestling Observer Radio, he's going to Japan from mid-July to mid-August, so we won't be around then. And he's doing another Japan show, but I think it's a one-shot, so I don't know if that means missing a show, but you know, AEW and NJPW have good relations, so it's not like he's going to do something where he can't go anymore. As far as long-term, I don't know, but Kevin Kelly is committed to New Japan at least till the end of the year, and he's calling the tag team tournament from home, so he can probably go to all the AEW shows. Staying on the topic of commentators, Jim Ross made an appearance at the commentary table last night at Collision. As many fans noticed, he sounded hoarse. He did let fans know that he suffered a fall earlier that day, with him taking to Twitter after the event to write, "I apologize for the way I sounded tonight, going to step away to heal. Thanks for your support." It appears that an AEW star will be out of action with an injury, as Beast Mode Manny said this. Bandido posted on Facebook that he broke his wrist against Takeshita on Rampage. He needs surgery ASAP. On Monday, he's going for a second opinion. As it's been reported that Carlito has been telling promoters that he can't make appearances due to signing with WWE, he was at a recent show where he teased addressing this. Here's the video.
The rumors are true. There you go. And that is that I taught El Hijo de Vikingo all his moves. Let's talk a little Spanish. You guys understand me? Let's talk a little Spanish. Me siento en mi casa aquí. Siempre es un honor, donde sea que yo esté en el mundo, representar a esa bandera, a esta gente tan querida. Porque como se dice en mi isla, Puerto Rico lo hace mejor. Muchas gracias y buenas noches.
Speaking about the booking of LA Knight in WWE, Mark Henry told Busted Open Radio, "It sucks, man, that there have been times, and Bully can attest to that, that somebody gets over naturally and organically, and then they say, well, he's already getting over, let's do something with somebody else, rather than pile it on that guy. Pour the gasoline on the fire. The squeaky wheel gets the oil. Say something. We all do something with me, please. I'm busting my ass. I'm getting over." I don't know if LA Knight is doing that. You gotta lobby for yourself, and if they say no, then you know what the deal is. When your contract comes up, don't try to renew. Following AEW Collision, CM Punk would take to the microphone and talk to those in attendance. Here's the clip.
I saw his sign. I recently reposted something from Pretty Cool Ice Cream. I don't know if you guys were here 2 years ago. I bought y'all ice cream. I would have done it again, but I thought y'all hated me. We're coming back soon, don't worry. You better hope I don't hate you before that. I reposted something from Pretty Cool Ice Cream. There's an ice cream bar that some of the proceeds from the purchase of the bar went to support trans youth. I got a lot of hate for reposting that message. Somebody in particular, don't know who it is, nameless, faceless person on the internet, said, "Why do you support that trash?" And I thought about replying, but you can't argue with stupid, okay? You just both look stupid. The reason I support trans kids, trans grown-ups, gay, straight, lesbian, whoever, is because I know when I was growing up, I didn't fit in anywhere. But it was because of the clothes I wore, what my hair looked like, the music I listened to. Those are all things I could rectify. I could cut my hair, I could listen to jazz, I don't know what. But to be somebody who's gay, lesbian, especially trans, I don't know what it feels like to be trapped in a body that I don't feel I belong in. That is why I support that. Because I know I didn't fit in anywhere until I found pro wrestling, and all the freaks and geeks in the locker room were just like me. Maybe because they're a little bit psychotic and they couldn't hold on a real job, but that's another story. Support trans kids. Support gay and lesbian rights. I want everybody to be themselves. Just do no harm to everybody else. Thank you. I love you.
With many rumors surrounding a potential retirement tour and match for WWE Hall of Famer Goldberg, this was said by Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful. In an update on the company from Israel that is hoping to land Goldberg for a match, we've learned some more. The company running the show is also hoping to land Sting, Rob Van Dam, Chris Masters, John Morrison, and more. And this was your Pro Wrestling News Update. I hope you're all having a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see y'all later.